Ладненько, пойдем к отцу. Пора завершать это задание, эту миссию.
About time. Have you got everything I wanted?
Да, начать работу в кузнице.
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done.
Молодец. Спасибо.
Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. Well, that's what I call craftsmanship.
What does the inscription mean?
Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it.
Кстати, этот текст, он есть на логотипе игры.
Oh, this will be the finest sword I've ever made. Have you got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, someone paid me a call. I reckon you might know what it was about.
I'm not sure.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure you and your friends threw dung at Deutsch's freshly whitewashed house. He was here with the catchpole earlier, and it was not a friendly visit. What got into you, Hal?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Got what he deserved, did he? You can go and clean up the mess you made and apologise to him. I have a trade to run. The German pays well, and having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. You understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
Блин, ну
So you think
это
it's right to let traitors
прям
speak ill of our
классно он
king?
воспитывает своего сына.
The boy gets caught,
Хороший отец.
making a fool of himself, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. So Deutsch spouts rubbish and what? You turn into a common thug.
Вот, вот о чем речь.
You
Мы
might
даже
win a
Куниша
fight
смогли
with
убедить.
fights, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists.
Это правильно, просто готов подписаться под каждым словом.
Furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it.
Ой, он без перчаток это делает. Ой, это больно.
Good.
Должно
Once
быть.
more.
А если соскочит?
That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Henry, are you all right?
Чё смеется-то надо мной? Понять не могу. Вроде чистая одежда. Ладно. Может, просто так ржет.
God above, have you gone deaf?
Да нет, не оглох. А, точно, я же... Хихикает. Точно, я же забрал уже все гвозди из сундука еще в самом начале игры.
What are you
Точнее.
loitering around here for?
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my
What are
way.
you loitering around
That sword
here?
is truly beautiful.
Ой-ой.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this.
Вы слышали, что он
Time
сказал,
for the
да?
Trial by fire.
Он сказал на САС. Да, хорош. Вау. Ну, удар поставлен неплохо.
We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned
Ой.
swordsmith.
А вот и наш пан
Those
пришел.
days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though.
Зато он дает вообще даже палка не
Would you like
шелохнулась.
to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a
Let him
commoner?
try it.
Ну все, давай. Покажи им свои дни тренировок. Да, чё? Слабо, конечно,
You still
слабо.
have a lot to learn.
Да, это
Ask your
правда.
father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work. Very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Sir Istvan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would
Господин
have worked
Тот.
out differently.
Весь в черной кожанке, такой модный.
Odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
They certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sir.
О, теперь мы узнали имя отца, Мартин.
It's been an honor, Sir Istvan. Have a safe journey. to
Иштван.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzik. Thank you for the hospitality.
Какой-то приезжий граф, так понял. То есть мы
Long
типа
peculiar
живем в
history.
графстве
That
Рацига,
was a
вот
long
этого
time
пана.
ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it like Sir Radzig said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Scalits, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them.
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
Гонец прискакал.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
Так вот откуда шел дым. Так,
Listen carefully.
начался
Take the
экшон.
sword, go into the house and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
What about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzig. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Жесть. Это просто резня какая-то началась.
Quickly! We have to close the gates!
Move! Come on, we're closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the
Get
gates!
running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Ah!
Get through the gates!
Ну, там кого-то пострелили. Жесть. О, отец сражается. Какой-то лысый усач. Да, к сожалению, тут без шанса вообще. Хотя интересно, как он вообще до этого прошивал своим мечом просто кольчугу у этих ребят. Толпой просто. Но какой в этом смысл? Да, драма для главного героя, конечно. Да, конечно, беги.
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run!
Так, убегаем, убегаем.
Find a horse! Ride to Talmberg! Tell them what's coming! Warn
Thrown by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Так, нам уже поручили новое задание. Даже никакого отдыха нет. Угу. А пан-то спасся. Как-то так грустно посмотрел. Ну да, наверное, видел, что там произошло только что. Так, нет худа без добра, мы получили меч пана. Так, ну что же, побежали. Беги. Бежим. Нужно найти лошадь и доскакать в Тальнберг. Ну что же, постараемся.
Pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you! Go to hell, you tatar beast!
Ой-ой-ой. Да тут на Терезу напали. Ну-ка. Все, сюда тебе. Так, обучение на лошади. Поскакали, теперь поскакали. Все, отвлекли от Терезы. Пускай та убегает. А мы пока скачем в Тальнберг. Ну хотя бы ее спасли. Не спасли родители, хоть ее. Так, скачем. О-о-о. Да, печально. Так. А язык-то какой-то непонятный. Да. Вряд ли это даже венгры. Очень вряд ли. Так, за нами погоня получается. А теперь начинается настоящий Need for Speed. Будем вилять, пытаться уклоняться. Все горит. Ёлки. Они там... Они монастырь... Они монастырь, что ли, подожгли? Ну дают. Налево. Ладно, налево, так налево. Так, через поле запутываем их. Бегают. Отлично. Кровотечение нас так-то убить может. Жизни все меньше и меньше. И лошадь тут полудохлая какая-то. Да, предупреди-ка. Попробуй. Нас сейчас догонять же будут. Какой-то крест открыли. Лошадь еще устала. Давай, скачи. Да нет. Меня сейчас догонят же. Вы смеетесь? Давай, скачи. Да, спасайтесь реально. Боже мой, тут погоня прям вплотную за мной. Они даже не отвлекаются на других. Какой ужас. Нет. Лошадь устала. Да беги! Беги! Как я еще живой вообще? Они вплотную скачут. Да еще и с луками. Они меня 100 раз уже застрелили, мне кажется. Ёлки. Все, доскакали. Фух. На тоненького, конечно. Ничего себе, блин, ты уклоняешься еще.
you 호송기네! They're turning tail!
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages.
Ой, надо стрелу удалять срочно.
Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground, slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Татары.
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
И что же он сейчас делает? Нет, ну так же не работает. А если там наконечник застрянет? Как вы его утаскивать-то собираетесь? Ёлки.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Да уж, как новенький.
Thank you.
Have you idlers nothing better to do? Get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle?
Интересно, нашего отца знают. Даже в
It's in
других
God's hands
городах.
now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Да, стремительно очень развиваются события. Да, довольно-таки уставший у нас персонаж. Ну, пойдемте поедим, поспим. Сначала о сборе поговорим, конечно.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Ну да, это правда.
I've heard about your father. They say he was a...
Так, умылся. Ой, я походу диалог сейчас пропущу.
I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Это он как раз про отца говорит. Понятно. Большая потеря. Михаил.
Milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master?
Конечно, скакал
Here
тут
you are, then.
из Скалица аж
Eat
в
your
другой
fill.
город.
And
Очень
a little
далеко.
wine to wash it down.
Ой, еще и
My
вино.
lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the outer bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady.
Какая милостивая.
Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Да, магерам нашему ГГ надо еще поучиться.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Чем все сапоги-то не понравились, я вообще-то в воде их мыл. Ладно. Да, даже Борик не ожидал, что госпожа Пани будет такая щедрая. Какая-то женщина зашла еще. Пюре из чечевицы. Ой, ну я соберу все. Надо отъесться прям по полной. Сыр, все берем. Да, персонаж прям так пыхтит, очень устал, походу. Тут тоже замок какой-то. Крестьянка. Давайте с котелка сначала поедим. Ешь. Так я не наелся, чё ешь-то? Так, сюда, жареная утка. Вино. О, вино. Вино обязательно надо будет тоже запить. Стенка, крестьянин.
You fled from Skalitz. How did you manage that?
Давай поговорим. Это было ужасно. По дороге к нам они спалили Ровну. Это как раз Ровно это то место, через которое я проскакал, еще одна такая маленькая деревенька. Так, ну давайте красноречие прокачивать.
It seemed like any other day. And then I saw thick smoke rising above the hamlet of Rovna. Soon, Sigismund's army were finished there and came for us. The order to attack must have come even before the alarm bell rang.
God preserve us.
Я убежал к замку, но моих родителей убили.
We all ran towards the castle for shelter, but they were too fast for us. They slaughtered everyone they caught and torched their houses. I barely escaped, and they murdered my parents.
The Lord have mercy. I'm terribly sorry. May the Lamb of God comfort you.
Ой-ой-ой. Нас прям шатает. Давайте присядем, покушаем. Так. Давайте поспим в сторожке. Тоже какая-то крестьянка сидит. Стражник. Ну ладно, пойдемте в нашу сторожку. Ой-ой-ой, тут прям вырубает ГГ. Прям рубит. По жесткому. Так. А, нет, это не наша. Вот наша. Так. Что там? А, пошел проверять. Он услышал, что я там ходил, и пошел проверять. Да. Так, давайте сядем. Ой, как же устал наш персонаж. Все. Спим. Прям можно до утра, наверное.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion.
Это Паня к нам пришла в гости, серьезно?
You, boy. Did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine.
Еще вина, ну, я бы не отказался.
It's just what you need to help you sleep.
Да, это правда.
My lady. Thank you. You really shouldn't.
Ну, кстати, это правда.
You could have sent a servant.
Как-то это не по статусу ей
going to.
общаться с простолюдинами.
But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Какая-то милота.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you.
Понятно, похоже,
But I want you to feel at
наш
home
интро
here.
понравился.
You're not to worry
Пане.
about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Ну, думаю, нашему герою правда стоит выговариваться. Очень многое произошло за буквально прошедшие сутки. Хоть с кем-то он может обсудить это.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what.
Почему камера?
It was terrible and unexpected.
Камера показывает
The
стену.
day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Ну, давайте по красноречию.
I went to the tavern to buy ale for father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzi.
Почему-то мы пересели. Странно. Мы с отцом
Father and
поговорили
I
о
always
жизни.
chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only you'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
Ooh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Я увидел дым на горизонте.
I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
А, немец попытался сражаться, погиб? Вау, это я не заметил.
The gate to the castle was open. The bells and horns sounded the alarm, and the villagers ran to the castle to take cover. They were carrying the few possessions they could grab in haste, and I saw the terror in their eyes.
I can't even imagine how awful it must have been.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Да какая осада? Осады-то не было. Они
I
просто
wasn't
грабили.
safe yet. The Cumans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torching them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life.
Ну хорошо, что удалось.
Like a valiant knight.
Крал лошадь, как доблестный рыцарь. Это забавно.
It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Да, никому не пожелаешь.
It's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through.
Значит, сейчас мы узнаем ее историю.
I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Ну что-то он намекает.
Would that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
Еду-то оставь.
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Ну да, ну, неплохо так поговорили. По душам. А теперь посмотрите на лицо нашего героя. Ну, теперь он немного расслабился. Вау. Какой-то психодел. Но она же такое не говорила. Чего-нибудь трусом, он вообще-то пошел спасать. В смысле? Ну это просто какой-то плохой сон ему приснился.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
О, отряда Скалицу, что? Так, обуться только надо не забыть. Да. Первым делом натянуть старые сапоги. Это важно. А, возьми факел со стола. Факел сюда. А если ночью... Ага. Так, нужно взять факел в руки. Все. Вау. Светло. Зелье сыч. Воспользуемся им, когда научимся варить зелье.
Not that I'm spoiling for a fight, but if I have to choose a place for them, then right here behind solid walls is it. True enough.
Так, ладно. Пойдемте к Ворику, пока он тут не взбесился. Ой, здесь даже пан.
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmud in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Farewell.
Получается, Борик тоже пан. А.
Oh! Who goes there? Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
О, а это наш
Radzig. What a
пан
relief.
Радцик.
Is his lordship there with you? Yes, sir. He is right here.
Что-то они все прям паны.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right.
Да, приятели.
Believe it or not,
Подшучивает
this
даже в
tempest
такой
is a
тяжелый
godsend for me and
момент.
my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here
Удивился.
with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We would have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Scalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
Да,
Sir, quiet!
что-то наш
I'm
герой
sorry about your
совсем,
father,
конечно.
but getting killed as well won't help him.
Но с другой стороны, у него шок.
Make sure that lad doesn't budge from
У него
Talmberg
сейчас
until things quieten
так
down.
эмоции обуревают,
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as
И
if
это
he were a
правда.
hovel of balding.
Как-то он резко поправился от простреленной ноги.
Since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times.
Да, это правда. Темные времена сейчас настали.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Scalitz people, now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Да, жестко, но дисциплину пан Борик умеет поддержать. Борик Тальнбергский.
What is it you need? I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. God be with you.
Если еще можешь с ним что-то?
Good help you.
Have you any further orders?
Keep watch on the battlements for now. I'll send someone.
Ну ладно. Давайте пройдемся немного по стене, по этой крепостной стене. Бойница тут, мое почтение. Правда, там ничего не видно. Да, замок на самом деле большой, гораздо больше, чем тот, который был в Скалице. Давайте со стражей хотя бы поговорим. Конечно, отвлекать их от службы не очень. А зачем тебе это глефа, если ты на стене, тебе лучше бы лук? Ну ладно. Говорим с ним. Что ты думаешь о спасении жителей Скалицы?
What do you think about the Scalitz folk managing to slip away like that?
I can't imagine how they did it. The more I think about it, they was either blessed.
Wandering around like a stray sheep must be your first watch, eh?
Прибежал
I
просто.
don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Как любезно. Ладно. Давайте еще раз поговорим.
What do you think about this?
I can't imagine how they did it. The more I think about it, they was either blessed or Sigismund's mercenary army ain't up to much.
You only say that because you never saw them attack.
Aye. Well, it's a shame your folks couldn't be saved.
Is Sir Robard really that tough?
Tough? Aye. But he's fair. He's a veteran of many a campaign.
Да, по нему видно, что он прям бывалый вояка. Вау, вот это у тебя броня, чувак. Офигенно. Шлем, кольчуга на голове, кольчужные поножи. Вау.
Good health to you.
What do you think about the flight of the...
I'd say Sir Rodzik is a fine lord. He made the most of the situation and saved his subjects. You don't see that very often.
Да, это
He was
правда.
lucky that big storm came.
But that's just it. Something happens by chance and you turn it to your advantage. There's
Да,
not many
хитрый.
capable of thinking
Хитрый,
so
это
fast.
хорошо. Давайте нажимаем на П и ждем до утра. Опа. Вы слышите это? Кто-то трубит. А. Бегу-бегу. Все собрались. Чего же они там увидели-то? Да, большое войско.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Mark Vart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Вот это прям
by burning and
немецкий
pillaging the
акцент.
king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvard. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown.
Вот оно что.
Fortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle where he has little chance of defense to another where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Какая интересная
Am I to
речь.
inform the king then that Sir Radzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Какой хитрый ответ, уклончивый-то.
I will
То есть
relay
свою
words to the king
лояльность он не передал.
as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there's little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Farewell. Да, он очень хитро ответил, то есть он сказал, что да, вот этого рацка кобылы здесь нет, но я не буду, типа, вам ни в чем клясться, если из этого не будет никакой выгоды. Хм. О, разворачивается. Да, гениальный дипломат. Этот пан Дивиш.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Да, все дивы даются с пана Дивиша. Повезло, повезло. Неужели узнал? Ха. Ну да, это рисково, если бы он реально заметил его и сказал. Этого чувака я помню. Значит, у вас все люди из Скалицы. Да, повезло. Давайте поговорим с Борькой. Ну, давайте сначала.
Where did these humans come from, anyway? I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Да, глубокая речь.
What happened in Kuttenberg? Kuttenberg? Well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging. Were there many? Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before. I see. Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair, him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Давайте подумаем. Стратегические положения, хорошо укреплен. Ну, как я понял, это что-то типа такого города, в котором добывается серебро. Типа главная точка добычи серебра — это, наверное, вообще главный источник, один из главных источников богатства королевства. И в принципе, если мы говорим о серебродобыче или золотодобыче, то это же стратегический ресурс, с которого можно сделать, например, чеканить свою монету. А чеканка своей монеты — это, по сути, подтверждение своей государственности. То есть тот, кто владеет источником того же серебра, тот и является авторитетным государем, скажем так. Поэтому это еще одно средство легитимации своей власти в средние века. Даже если мы говорим об истории Руси, то там очень активно использовался вот этот вот торговый путь из варяг в персы, вроде так он назывался, то есть наши купцы, торговцы, они плавали в Иран, получается, да, раньше она Персия была, вот, и там обменивали, соответственно, различные товары на арабские монеты, дирхемы, и потом их перевозили домой, и из них переплавляли, уже делали свои местные, аналоги денег. Потому что в России и Руси не было каких-то, так скажем, копий, где можно было бы добывать серебро или золото. Вот, а естественно, что серебряная монета, она будет гораздо круче, чем какая-то там медная или бронзовая. Это такая небольшая историческая справочка здесь была. Надеюсь, не слишком утомительная. Поэтому вряд ли там речь о стратегическом положении и укреплениях каких-то. Мятежное дворянство тоже вопрос. Кормить войска припасами. Я даже не знаю, тут все эти варианты как-то мне не очень нравятся. Припасы. Мне кажется, вообще из-за добычи. Ну, как раз таки вот это серебряные копии, захватить их.
So he could loot it?
Correct.
Хм.
King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
Да, вот как раз о чем
So
я и говорил.
Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favored it.
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed 2 birds with 1 stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him,
Да,
and
это
also
интересно.
gained immense wealth.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
А, ну да, тут же Скалица у нас называлась в самом начале в титрах. Серебряная Скалица. То есть, очевидно, тут тоже добывалось серебро. А. Ну, давайте. Ну, конечно, это бред, наверное. Ну, давайте.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
Так. Ну, давайте попробуем, конечно.
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by dogs. I have to bury them.
Good God, boy. Do you want to throw your life away for those who can never get theirs back? Do you think that's what they'd want? Forget it.
Ладно, закончим этот разговор. Да, много событий произошло. Нужно дать персонажу немного отдохнуть, обдумать их и двигаться как-то дальше. Получается, сейчас у нас задание карта. Сейчас нам нужно похоронить своих родных в Скалице. То есть нам все-таки придется выбраться из замка и отправиться в Скалицу. Ну что ж, ладно, будем работать как-то над этим.